The following is an excerpt from this week's Eye-Opener report. The full report is now available for viewing by subscribers of boilingfrogspost.com. This report will be made available to the general public in 3 weeks' time. Welcome. This is James Corbett of the Corbett Report with your Eye-Opener report for boilingfrogspost.com. With TSA abuses back in the headlines, continued concern over the NDAA and other legislation codifying martial law, President Obama's unchallenged use of his self-proclaimed authority to assassinate American citizens without trial, and an increasingly bewildering array of tracking, tracing, and pain compliance technology being used against law-abiding citizens, more and more people are becoming aware of the police state that currently exists in the US, and indeed throughout much of the so-called free world. With this understanding comes a certain amount of apprehension. After all, the enemies of liberty are organized and persistent, and they inhabit positions of authority. The defenders of liberty, meanwhile, seem few and far between, and more time seems spent convincing others that the police state even exists than in working to dismantle those systems of control. What these concerns obscure, however, is the simple fact that the police state constitutes a mental prison as much as a physical one, and that part of its power is in convincing the public that it is all-seeing, all-knowing, and all-powerful. Once that illusion is shattered, the police state can be seen for what it is: a system of coercion that can only function if a majority of the people go along with it. In recent years, an increasing number of people have been revolting against police state authority, some with lighthearted humor, others with nothing more than a camera and the courage to use it, but all with the understanding that rights can only be safeguarded by a vigilant population that refuses to submit to arbitrary and intrusive authority.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail.
Before he headed out to hide eggs across the valley, the Easter Bunny spent his Saturday night hiding a photo radar camera in Tempe.
It's all a scam.
Shelton videotaped the prank and then uploaded it to YouTube. The 90-second clip shows someone dressed in the costume walk up to a red light camera at the intersection of Rural and University in Tempe. The bunny, who Shelton won't identify, takes a giant egg and places it over the camera, rendering it useless.
The driver getting yelled at in a commuter parking lot outside St. Louis is Brett Darrow, who has installed a camera in his car.
And the camera runs all the time?
Yeah.
Come on, boy! Come on, boy! Give me some more love!
But the lip came from Sergeant James Kenline. His rant was sent by Darrow to friends and ended up all over the internet. Cop Gone Wild reads one title. The officer has been put on unpaid administrative leave.
If you can secure your own identity with your own fingerprint or your eye scan, it means people can't take your personal details and abuse them and apply for credit without permission to do so. So it actually will help the citizen secure their own personal identity.
But just as the hard sell was in full swing, with shoppers at the galleries road testing the new biometrics, a scene straight out of Orwell's 1984 hit us. 20 or so demonstrators rolled out banners and placards. As ringleader David Gould reckoned the true cost of all the new technology would be billions, he did a Jeremy Paxman on the minister, trying to confirm his calculations.
What are you afraid of, Minister?
What we're doing today is crushing the final remnants of the National Identity Card scheme, the disks and hard drives that held the information on the National Identity Register have been wiped and now crushed and reduced to bits of metal, so everyone can be absolutely sure that the identity card scheme is now finally dead and buried.
They now make you put all your belongings in this little see-through plastic bag. It's a bit over the top, I would have thought.
No, I disagree. Personally, I don't think we can be cautious enough on this one.
I'm going to fly to the Gold Coast.
So I'll keep it open for a little bit longer.
I don't have any weapons. It's water to combat your weapons. How many weapons do you have? How many weapons do you have on you? Thank you for your cooperation. Thousands of dollars worth of weapons, and it belongs to the people, that money. And this is to protect us against you guys and your spray. So fuck off.
You've been watching an excerpt of this week's Eye Opener report. To continue watching the report, please log into boilingfrogspost.com.